Prepositions actually tell us the relationship between the words in the sentence. So which is the word in superlative degree here? Here you can see best is the word in superlative degree. Whenever you are using abstract nouns, please do not make use of any indefinite articles. Okay. Whenever you are talking about something you do, always you have to use simple present. Okay. How is simple present used? What is the structure of simple present? Verb with or without S. Hello everyone, I am Dr. Shalini, Professor of English, Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. Today we are here to understand one of the language component sessions prescribed by University of Mysore for 4th Sem BCom and what is there in today's session. So here we need to understand what is correction of sentences first. Where do we make mistakes more commonly? Okay, so there are places wherein very commonly many of them make mistakes. Okay, so most of us commit mistakes in these parts. So which are those? They are like we don't use appropriate articles or prepositions. Okay, articles, you know, right? Articles are definite and indefinite, a, and the. Okay, so these are the words that are used to introduce nouns. Okay, so usually they are used for singular nouns. A and an are used whenever you're talking about something indefinite. You're not talking anything in specific. The is used for those whenever you're talking about specific things. Okay, and also you use the whenever you are talking about superlative degrees. Okay, so I'll give you a few examples wherein you will be understanding how to use these articles. Okay, then also prepositions. Prepositions actually tell us the relationship between the words in the sentence. Okay, for example, on, in, between, all these are called as prepositions. Suppose there is a sentence, the bird is on the tree. Just try reading the sentence without using the preposition. How do you understand that? The bird is the tree. The bird cannot be a tree, isn't it? There should be some relationship between the bird and the tree. So the bird is on the tree. Fine. So on, that is a preposition, gives a lot of meaning in the sentence. So prepositions are very much essential for you to understand properly and use it in a proper way. Okay. So where else do we make mistake? Whenever we are using the correct form of the verb. Whenever we have to use the correct form of the verb, we tend to make mistakes. Okay, be it tenses or maybe the subject and verb agreement. Okay, so verb, when it is concerned to verb, then we make mistakes in subject verb agreement also. Okay, if the subject is singular, we may use plural, verb, something like this. Okay, I'll give you examples for that also. Most common mistakes I'm going to choose here, the sentences with most common mistakes and how to correct them is what I'm going to tell you today. Okay, so you also have to understand how to place the words in the correct order. Okay, suppose you're asking a question. You can't just say a plain sentence and just say a, who, and also. There is no procedure in English. There is no process in English wherein you can just question by like how you use it in your regional languages. Okay, so like you cannot ask a question like you are going a, you cannot say that. Okay, you have to use the words in proper order. Okay, so what is that proper order? That also we are going to understand today. Okay, so the next one, we also tend to use unnecessary and wrong words. Okay, so this is called as this unnecessary use of words. Okay, so these are called as redundancy. Okay, so redundant words we use, right? So that one we need to avoid in order to make our sentence better. Redundancy means the words that give same meaning. Okay, so those will be used in sentences. Okay, so let us see a few examples and let us understand how to correct the sentences. Okay, so let us begin with one of the types. So first thing is I told you about articles. Okay, so I'm going in the same order. I'll not be differentiating it, but I'll just tell you how to correct these. Okay, so here there is a first sentence. This is a best thing to do. Okay, so as I told you, whenever we are talking about superlative degrees, okay, so which is the word in superlative degree here? Here you can see best is the word in superlative degree. Okay, how do you understand best is a superlative degree? You already know adjectives, isn't it? So there are 3 different degrees of adjectives. Okay, so one is positive degree. Okay, next we have comparative. Then we have the superlative degree also. Okay, so superlative degree is the 3rd form and that is the highest degree that is used for adjectives and adverbs also. Okay, so suppose a superlative degree, it is best. Okay, we already know that here best is already used as a superlative degree. Suppose I take best as the superlative degree. There are two other degrees you have to use. For comparative, you say better. Okay, for positive, you say good, or well also is possible, but well is an adverb, good is an adjective. Okay, so here let us just consider this as adjective, because here the word that is being described is not a verb. Okay, so it is a noun. So here we are considering this as an adjective. So we'll consider this part. Okay, we are not taking this, we are going to take this. Okay, so here this is a best thing to do. As I told you, with superlative degree, you are supposed to use the. Okay, so instead of a, you are supposed to use the over here. So what does the sentence become? This is the best thing to do. Okay, so whenever there is superlative degree, make sure you are using the only, that is definite article only. Okay, so next we'll move on to the next one. You can fool some people all time, but not everyone. Again, which is the article over here? This is the article. Okay, so here whenever you are using something about time, whenever you are talking about time, you ought to use definite article only. So this becomes the. Okay, you can fool some people all the time, but not everyone. Okay, so when you speak only, the flow of language is like that. Okay, all the time, isn't it? So you don't say all the time, it is all the time only. So it has to be the. Definite article only has to be used whenever you are using this phrase. It is actually a phrase. All the time is a phrase. Fine. Going to the next one. The huts are already occupied by a jungle lords. So as I told you, whenever it is plural, you don't use any article. Okay, whenever you are using a plural noun, you don't use an article, any article for that matter. Okay, only in specific cases, only in rare cases, you make use of definite articles, but not at all indefinite articles. Okay, a and an are supposed to be used with singular nouns only. Okay, so here it is plural. Okay, then you are not supposed to use over here. Okay, so what does the sentence become? The huts are already occupied by jungle lords. Okay, so here they're talking about somebody who has already occupied the huts. Okay, so this is jungle lords. Okay, so let us move on to the next part. That is, the old woman reduced a self-esteem of the speaker. Okay, so whenever you are talking about self-esteem, fine, you should not use any article at all. Okay, you are not supposed to use any article, because that is an abstract noun. Okay, you're talking about something which cannot be seen. Okay, only you can experience that, but you cannot see. It is out of your five senses. Okay, so whenever you're talking about words like that, you are not supposed to use any indefinite article. Okay, yes, rare cases you can use definite articles. Okay, but here just read the sentence. The old woman reduced the self-esteem of the speaker. Okay, the actually holds good over here. Okay, so self-esteem is an abstract noun. Here I am using a definite article. Okay, so whenever you are using abstract nouns, please do not make use of any indefinite articles. Okay, so which are the other abstract nouns which you have? That is happiness, childhood, patience, anger, all these are abstract nouns. Okay, along with that, please do not make use of any articles. Okay, self-esteem is an exception. You may use the over there. Okay, so next, an European came to visit India. So here, European, before that I have used an article here. Okay, so here whenever you are using something with vowels, okay, you know vowels, right? A, E, I, O, U. So these are called as vowels. Fine. Remaining are called as consonants. Fine. So whenever you are using articles with any words that are beginning with vowel sounds, okay, please do not consider the vowels, but consider the vowel sounds. Okay, so here European, E is a vowel only, but the pronunciation when you see, it is European. Okay, so you pronounce it as U, isn't it? So this is not a vowel sound, it's a consonant sound. Okay, so whenever you are using a noun with consonant sound, before that you have to use the indefinite article a. Okay, it's not an, it is a. Okay, there are words wherein they begin with consonants, but they begin with vowel sounds. Like for example, honest. Okay, honest, though it starts with a consonant, okay, this is silent, so the vowel sound only has to be considered. Okay, it's honest, not honest. If you're pronouncing it wrong, please correct your pronunciation. It is not honest, it is honest. Okay, so there are such words wherein you may have to use an along with a word that starts with a consonant. Okay, so make sure you pronounce it rightly and you see which is the pronunciation that the word is beginning with. Okay, is it a vowel pronunciation or is it a consonant sound that is beginning? Okay, so here also European, it begins with a consonant sound, so we have to use a over here. Okay, so what does the sentence become? It is a European, okay, came to visit India. Fine, you can also correct it as Europeans came to visit India. Okay, but since we are talking about the usage of articles, you can write a European came to visit India. Okay, so this is a perfect sentence. The next one, that is the sixth one. This is the story of an unusual medicinal creeper. Okay, so here again the same rule, you can see unusual. It is the vowel sound it is beginning with. Okay, unusual, a sound. Okay, it's a vowel sound. Okay, so then you have to use an over here. An unusual medicinal creeper. Okay, so make sure you use proper articles along with the nouns. Okay, for that you need to be thorough with the pronunciation. Fine, let us move on to the next one. The pin-headed duck is the resident in the swampy forest. Okay, so here you have to use proper prepositions. Fine, which is the preposition here? It is this. Okay, you can be a resident of a place. Okay, you can be a resident of a place. You can be living in a place. Okay, whenever you are using in, it is some place you are specifying and it is in. Okay, you are a resident means you are resident of some place. Okay, so resident, it has to be of only. Living, it has to be in only. Okay, so here we are talking about the resident. Okay, hence in should be changed to of. Okay, so the pin-headed duck is the resident of the swampy forest. Fine. Next, I have another piece of work to you. Okay, so you are specifying something, that is a piece of work, something that is dedicated to that person. Okay, I am getting something. Okay, suppose I get a chocolate. Okay, I get it for somebody because I think of them in my mind and I keep it for them. Okay, so that way when I am dedicating something, when I am getting something, thinking somebody in my mind or keeping something in my mind, then I have to use for. Okay, so instead of to, we have to use for. Okay, I have another piece of work for you. Fine. Next, the huts are already occupied. Here it is by. Okay, it is because from means you are moving from some place. Okay, that means you are talking about the movement. Here it is not the movement you're talking about. You're talking about somebody who is already occupied it, somebody who is already present over there. Okay, so it is by here. Okay, next sentence, I am protecting my delicate skin by the hailstorm. So now something that is moving there, hailstorm, you know, right? Alikallu they say in Kannada, so that one. So you are protecting something. Okay, so when you are protecting something, so then you use from. Here you ought to use from. Okay, so by it is already present there, but hailstorm is arriving and you're protecting yourself from that. Okay, so this way you have to use a proper preposition in these sentences. Okay, so let us now move on to the next part, that is subject verb agreement. This is the most common and most number of mistakes happen in subject verb agreement only. Okay, so you learn subject verb agreement properly, then almost 80% of mistakes of your English will be reduced. Okay. So here, let me just tell you what is subject and verb agreement. Suppose the subject is singular, then the verb that has to be used also should be singular. Okay. Suppose I say the cat, then I can't say drink. Okay. Subject is singular. Okay, so this also has to be singular. How do you decide if the verb is singular or not? Whenever there is S in the verb, then the verb is singular. Whenever there is no S, then it is plural. It is used with plural subjects. Okay, so whenever the noun has S, it is plural. Whereas verb, whenever it has S, it is singular. Okay, so let me just change it to plural. The cats, if I say, okay, cats, here I use drink. Okay, this is plural, so this also has to be plural. Okay, so this is the basic rule of subject and verb agreement. Subject is singular, verb also should be singular. That means verb should be used with S or ES. Okay, there are few words that take ES in the end. For example, go. Okay, suppose I say cat goes. So that means I have to add ES. Whereas for drink, I add only S. So it can be ES or only S that has to be added whenever you are making a verb into singular. Okay, so this is the basic rule. Subject is singular, verb also has to be singular. Subject is plural, verb also has to be plural. Okay, so this is called as subject and verb agreement. Okay, but what is the subject is what matters whenever you are using a sentence. Okay, which is the subject is the like you have to identify which is the subject first, and then the mistakes whatever you make, that will be avoided. Okay, so let us see few examples over here. Children is still sleeping in the hut. Children, it is plural subject. Okay, so what has to be used over here? The verb, it has to be are. Okay, children are still sleeping in the hut. Fine, children you already know it is the plural of child, isn't it? Child, childs, no. Child, children. Okay, so you don't have children's also. Children itself is the plural. So next verb which has to be used should be are. Okay, next, on the face of it, this does not seems an impossible task. So just look at the rule what I told. Okay, with S it is singular, without S it is plural. Fine, here I am talking about singular subject. This does not. Okay, so this is singular. So obviously does not, it has to be without S. Okay, so whenever you are having does, the next verb what comes should be without S. Okay, this does not seem. Okay, so here since this is singular, this is the subject, this is singular, so here it has to be does not seem. Okay, does not seem an impossible task. Fine. Next one, habitat destruction are the primary reason for the disappearance of our wildlife. So what are you talking about here? Which is the subject? What are you talking about? You're talking about habitat destruction, singular. No S, it is singular. So the next verb what you use should be is. Okay, habitat destruction is the primary reason, and also here you can see reason, not reasons. Okay, so obviously here it has to be is only, not are. Okay, so habitat destruction is the primary reason for the disappearance of our wildlife. Okay, so next, this were the result of large scale clearing of the forest. Here I have started with this. Okay, then I have used a plural verb. Okay, so what should be done? Either this has to be changed or that has to be changed. Okay, suppose I change this. Okay, I change this to these because I want to adjust with this verb. These were the result. Again, here it is singular. Okay, so instead of changing in two places, it's better we change this. Isn't it? If you are changing this to these, then you have to change this to results also. That is also possible, but instead of changing in two places, you better change it in one place. Okay, so this is the result of large scale clearing of the forests. Okay, so this is how you use subject and verb properly. Okay, few more examples. The world have more evil than good. World is singular, right? You can't have 2, 3 earths, isn't it? So it has to be has. Okay, next, you is wandering around far away from home. You don't know whether it is singular or plural. If I say you, it can be singular, it can be plural. But whatever it is, along with you, which is the verb you use, you always have to use are. You know this rule, right? With I, you use am. Okay, with you, you use are. With he, she or it, okay, you use is. Okay, with any plural like they, we use are. Okay, so this rule if you know, so with you, you are supposed to use are. Okay, so here it is are. Even though that you is younger to you or maybe singular, for both of them, you have to use are only. Okay, you are wandering around far away from home. Okay, so next, someone have picked my pocket and taken my wallet. So here, let me tell you, someone, it is always singular. Okay, somebody, someone, everyone, each of them. So like this, whenever you are using such words like one, every, each, all these, so everything has to take singular verb only here. Okay, so it is has. Someone has picked my pocket and taken away my wallet. Okay, so this is how you use subject and verb properly. Okay, so next we'll move on to word order. Okay, so word order, you ought to see, I'm giving you more of questions here. Okay, I'm using questions only because word order you ought to follow whenever it is questions. Okay, so you make more mistakes whenever you ask a question. Okay, suppose I want to ask, you are doing this or not. Okay, suppose I want to ask you whether you are going to that place or not. Okay, I say you are going, I ask, you are doing, you brought this, so many of them you might have heard they are asking like that, isn't it? No, that is not the right way. You have this auxiliary verbs whenever you are using a question. Okay, whenever in a sentence you have this concept of auxiliary verb, yani ki helping verb. Okay, so you can just see over here, I gave you an example here, like you are going. Okay, if I say you are going, it is just a plain sentence. Okay, how do you convert this to a question? Okay, you are going, either put this in the beginning or give a question tag. Okay, how do you put a question tag? You are going, aren't you? I should ask. If not, if I want to change this only to question, instead of adding a question tag, I just will put this here. So I'll make it as a question like, are you going? Okay, are you going and a question mark. Okay, so this way auxiliary verb can be put in the beginning and it can be made into a question. Fine. So here also the word order has to be that way only. Okay, so let us check what it is. What is the word order? Okay, so when he had met his friend, question mark. Okay, suppose you use this without question mark. If you use this, when he had met his friend, this becomes a subordinate clause. Okay, you know what a subordinate clause? In a complex sentence, the second part of the sentence, that is that part of the sentence which does not give you complete meaning, is called as a subordinate clause or a dependent clause. Okay, so here, since there is a question, we need to change the word order in order to make it into a question, make it sound like a question. Okay, where had he met? As I said, this rule only has to be followed. Okay, the auxiliary verb has to be changed. For example, here, when had he met his friend? Okay, when, already there is a question word there. Okay, so you can just change the word order. After the questioning word, there has to be an auxiliary verb only. Okay, so have, has, is, are, all these are auxiliary verbs. Okay, so here also, when had he met his friend, and there is a question mark. So that is a question. You are changing a dependent clause into a question. Okay, so again, go to the next one, where the fruits are. Okay, again, auxiliary verb has to be placed after the questioning word. Where are the fruits? Okay, so doesn't it sound like a question? Where are the fruits? Fine. Next one, why he has taken my book. Again, auxiliary verb has to be put after the questioning word. Why has he taken my book? Okay, so yes, you might have heard this also. Why he has taken my book? That is not a question. Okay, it is just a statement which shows that you don't know proper English. Okay, so again, auxiliary verb has to be placed in the beginning. Now, here it is starting from a pronoun, I. I have not told you to keep away from here. Okay, so here again, the same rule has to be followed. Auxiliary verb is this, put it in the beginning. Okay, have I not told you to keep away from here? Okay, so this way you are making it into a question. Okay, be it a pronoun in the beginning or be it a questioning word, you need to put the auxiliary verb in the beginning. Okay, that is the helping verb. So again, let us see a few more examples. Which way he did go? It's like while using only, you will know he did go, auxiliary verb. You have to place it here. Where he is now, again, this has to be placed after the questioning word. Okay, where is he now? What your command is, again, auxiliary verb to be placed here. What is your command? Okay, so last one, you are jealous that the goodness comes to me rather than you in dream. So here again, auxiliary verb has to be put in the beginning. Okay, so these are few examples of word order wherein you may make mistakes. Okay, you might make mistakes. Okay, where you did come from. So again, auxiliary verb will put it in the beginning. Where did you come from? Okay, so again, few people will make mistake. Where did you came from? They say it is not came. Whenever it is did, that is past tense. This need not be in past tense. Okay, so next, where you were all this time. Again, auxiliary verb, we'll put it in the beginning. Okay, where were you all this time? Where were the animals living? Again, here auxiliary verb is put in the beginning. Please place it after the questioning word. Okay, you can see all the examples have questioning word first and then the auxiliary verbs. Okay, so this is how you make sentences into questions. Fine. So next, redundancy we need to observe. Okay, redundancy, repeated use of words or unnecessary words, as I told you before. So the cricket team returned back to India yesterday. Returned, what is the meaning of return? Go and come back. That is return. So you go as well as come back is there in this return word only. So you need not have to use back again. Reply back, return back. Okay, so that is not at all needed. Okay, so you just have to use only once. Return, enough. Back is not required. Reply, enough. Back is not required. You did not reply back to my message. No, you did not reply to my message. Enough. Okay, I returned back the book to the library. No, I returned the book to the library. Enough. Okay, so then I get up at 6 a.m. in the morning. 6 a.m. What does it mean? Does night have 6 a.m.? Not at all. 6 a.m. is morning only, right? So a.m. says antemeridian, that is in the morning. P.m. says it's for that is afternoon, that is in the evening only. So in the morning, this phrase is not required. I get up at 6 a.m. Enough. Okay, need not have to use it again in order to specify that you get up early in the morning. No need to say that. Man is more better than animals. So here you can see this is already in comparative degree. Again, you need not have to use another comparative degree here. Okay, yes, this is another common mistake that many people make. Okay, so man is more better than animals. Man is better than animals. Enough. Okay, so good, better, best is the way you use it. Okay, better is enough, but for few words you need to use more. Okay, like beautiful, you have to say more beautiful, most beautiful. It is not beautiful or beautifulest. Okay, so whenever you have to use more, you have to use it. Whenever you are repeating, like you are using two comparative degrees here. Okay, sometimes you may use two superlative degrees also. Okay, so he is my most best friend, like that. Okay, so yeah, here it is, the example is here. So you need not have to use two superlative degrees together. Okay, he is my best friend is enough. You need not have to specify how best a friend is he to you. Okay, so he is my best friend is enough. Again, no need of using superlative degree twice. Okay, so this is the redundancy. Then we the wrong usage of words. Okay, I am reading the poetry. Okay, poetry is a collection of poems. Okay, so you can just say I am reading the poem. You just have to say I am reading the poem or I am reading a poem is also fine. Since we are talking about wrong usage of words, poetry has to be changed to poem. Okay, so then my hairs are black. Hair is something which does not have plural at all. Okay, so hairs is not acceptable. It is only hair. Okay, my hair is or are, anything is fine. My hair are black. This is fine. My hair is or are, anything is fine. So it is left to you. Whatever you want, you can use it. Okay. So then he took his sheeps to graze. So here sheeps, there is no plural for sheep. Okay. It is sheep only. Okay. He took his sheep to graze. So you should be very careful about the plural also. Fine. Next, the teacher gave me good advice. So here advice, it is a verb what you have used, but you have to use a noun here. Okay, it has to be advice. A-D-V-I-C-E. C-E is noun, S-E is verb. Okay, so next, the thieves escaped before the police arrived. So here plural, you need to check the spelling. Okay, it is thieves, T-H-I-E-V-E-S. Fine, the plural you need to concentrate. The childrens were weeping. Here only we got to know childrens, there is no plural at all. For child it is children. Children itself is plural, so no need of S again. Okay, so children were weeping, their mother pacified them. Again, what is a mistake? Their mother. Okay, there is an adverb. It shows the place where somebody is or something is. Okay, so here something that belongs to somebody, it is there. THEIR should be there. Okay, so wrong usage of words actually change the meaning also. Okay, so then we look at the tense. Okay, we make mistakes in tenses also. I am thanking you for help. Okay, thanking, you do it only in that moment. Okay, you do it every day, isn't it? Something you do always. Okay, whenever you're talking about something you do always, you have to use simple present. Okay, how is simple present used? What is the structure of simple present? Verb with or without s is supposed to be in simple present. Okay, if subject is singular, verb will be with s. If subject is plural, then the verb will be without s. Here, along with I have to treat it as plural only. So here it is I thank. I thank you for your help. Okay, so you can continue the sentence here. Next, the pen is belonging to me. Again, the pen is belonging. Only now is it belonging? Continuously this pen is belonging to me. Is it so? No, not at all. This pen belongs to me. Okay, always this pen belongs to me. Until and unless it is mine, until and unless I have it. Okay, till the time I have it, it belongs to me. So it is not is belonging. Instead of that, you have to use belongs. You don't use belong because this is singular, so it has to be with s. Okay, pens, if it was pens, then it would have been belong. The pens belong to me. The pen belongs to me. Okay, so subject is singular, then this also has to be singular. Okay, then the lady is resembling. Again, continuous tense. It has to be changed to the simple present tense. Okay, the lady is resembling her mother. Means that lady only now at present, she is resembling her mother. Is it? She always does resemble her mother, isn't it? So here the lady resembles. Okay, I am using it with s because this is singular. I have to use s over here. Okay, so if that was plural, the ladies resemble their mother. Okay, so here it is singular, so I have used a singular verb. Again, she is liking sweets. Again, this is present continuous. No, that should not be. Okay, she likes sweets. It's her nature that she likes sweets, isn't it? Something that happens every day. Fine. So this is likes. She likes sweets. Then the last one, my friend drunk milk. Okay, so yes, it is drank. Okay, it is drank, but another way of using it. Okay, since I am talking about the habits. Okay, drank is also correct. Okay, drinks is also correct. If I am talking about the habit of a person, my friend has a habit of drinking milk. Okay, drank milk means maybe yesterday my friend drank milk. Okay, yesterday one day he has drank milk. So that is the actual meaning of it. Okay, so this was all about correction of sentences. Okay, so any doubt you have, we are always there to clarify your doubt in the physical classes. Okay, so keep learning, watch the video. Any doubts, please get back to us. Okay, so see you soon, children. Keep learning, stay safe. Let us meet again with another more interesting session. Take care. Bye-bye.